Hey there everyone, my name is Phil and welcome to my very first devlog on this channel. As much as I love playing games, I've always loved the idea of making games as well. But like many of you, life kinda got in the way. Between work and other obligations, I started and stopped a bunch of projects over time. Well, over the years basically. But in 2024, I made a decision that I really want to actually build something, finish it, and share the journey with others. So here is my first devlog. I also have another channel which is mostly for gaming, which is Philchill. There I make guides, I make playthroughs, and I usually do that as my way to get out of the daily grind. And I really enjoy that. And I'll leave a link to it in the description below. My real game dev journey began with Pokemon. In the past, I played a lot of Pokemon, and I really wanted to experiment. And through Game Maker, I tried to create like Pokemon levels, a game that I really wanted to make true. But I failed nonetheless. I failed at the start. I still didn't know a lot of programming then. Then I decided to start learning, but real life obligations really took a toll. Starting off, that year I started researching a bit on the game engines, and at the end I picked up the Godot engine, an open source game engine that's been an absolute blast to use. Unity had some issues at the time that made me want to go more for the open source alternative. And while I had dabbled with programming before, this was a totally different beast. So I went in and watched a couple of tutorials for Godot, and there were so many amazing channels that had covered important topics. So the start was really great. I bought a few Udemy courses and I started my journey. I made Pong, I made Flappy Bird, I made a few little games as well. They were bugged, some were good, some were bad, and I still learn to this day. Towards the June of 2024 was the first time I started my journey to create the tower defense game. Because that was my wish. I thought it was gonna be the more easier option for me to make that game and learn as I go through with it. I always loved tower defense games. From the Warcraft 3 mods like Legion TD and Element TD to games like Canyon Defense and Bloons. I've probably sunk hundreds of hours into these. So, for my first game, I decided to try making something inspired by those classics. I started learning pixel art bit by bit. It's still shit, I'm not gonna lie, but still, I'm learning. I really want to do it myself. I'm starting to feel free a bit to use some open source art styles and just re-edit them or use them as they are because the artists that made them were really great. Like I really love them. I started with a simple plan, making a tower, an enemy, and a projectile. After a bit of tinkering, I had a tower that could detect the enemy in the range and shoot towards it, which was quite interesting to see at first. And for me, that felt amazing, but it was still the tip of the iceberg. Afterwards, I started learning about inheritance and composition in Godot. I made a base tower script from where each and every tower will extend from. Now I have all of the code for the towers that we'll need like for shooting and everything in the tower base, and the similar towers, like for example the ballista tower that I have, will extend from it. The only thing that I made like, well, a mistake with is because I still didn't understand the inheritance still. I basically created different towers. So I created a ballista tower, then I created a cannon tower and everything. But I should have done is to create a tower base scene and extend from that one to each and every tower. I may do that after like I restart, well, I'm not gonna restart the project, but I may just rework the ballista tower and the cannon tower into extending from the tower base. Basically, I'm gonna make a scene inheritance. So I really want to hear your thoughts about that for in the comment section, because I'm still debating on whether I should continue with this one or just like make a scene inheritance. It took me a while to make an enemy spawn on the map. I have a valid enemy spawner that works, and it spawns enemies as they should. Basically, you just press the start wave and they start spawning. Spawn the enemies. Resources are quite easily adjustable, and I can easily add them to my stage. Basically the wave spawner will take a resource, which is the level data, which will tell it how many levels will that level have. Well, waves basically. But after you get the hang of it, it's quite easily adjustable. You can easily make waves of enemies and everything, which for me was quite a lifesaver. Each enemy has a health component tied to it. So after the enemy takes some damage, it will calculate the damage, and if it needs to trigger, it will trigger the death effect. So that will split the components of any enemy. I have a movement component as well, which helps movement, and at the moment I don't have anything else, but I plan on adding more components for this one. And also for the enemies, I have enemy stats, which is also a resource which I add to the enemies. And that will decide the max health of the enemy, the movement speed, the armor, the gold reward, everything. And as you can see here, this is my level for now. The tile set is something that I created. The trees are not. These are placeholders for now. Also these rocks and signs, these are all placeholders. But the tile sets, that these are something that I created myself. There are some issues like at some corners, I think, like this here, as you can see. Like, I'm a perfectionist, but I really have to stop doing that. But I'll see how that turns out as I go. Like, this was the first thing that I created myself, and I'm really proud of it. If you have any tips, like, feel free to let me know down below. Like, I'm really open to suggestions on how can I improve on that. But I'm really happy in how this turned out. Other than that, I'm gonna give you an outline on how my game flow goes. Basically, I have a world map. This is the world map that you get to after you go from the basically from the main menu. Like, you have a play button, press play, you get here. Here we have a lore book, which I have, like, I wanted to add just so the player can like unlock monster achievements as he kills them, and the tower upgrade menu. This is the meta tower upgrade menu, which you can upgrade your towers, like, well, unlock upgrades that you can use on your towers when you're playing on the level. These are still in the process of making. I just made the menu and the system for that, but I may show that in another video. For now, I just want to show you the general outline of the game. This is also like a picture that I downloaded online. It's still like a placeholder, I'm not gonna use that. But the general outline is that these are stage markers. This is gonna be like a circle, we'll have stars on how much it has been cleared, and like, I'll see how like it turns out, because when you click this, it will open a menu which you can choose to choose your difficulty, choose like start, well, it will say the high score, the stars that it has been unlocked, and you can just start the game with that. Next up, when you press start in here, you will be sent to the level route. The level route will be the main source, well, where the gameplay happens. Let me just find it here because there's so many. And this is my level route, which has the UI. Like, this UI will be for the game. It's a bit big because you can see here, I managed to create a system where, because I'm using a lot of resources, Godot has a system where using resources you can easily create usable like elements that you can implement into the game. My level route, as you can see here, it doesn't have the stage. That's because it adds the stage dynamically when we choose which level we want to in the level select screen. So that is added here. And let's show that in motion. So basically, you go to the world map, you go here. It's still like, I know the graphics are really, really bad, but I really wanted to show my progress to everyone, and who knows, I may get some tips from anyone more experienced in this. But you can't press the start button until you choose a difficulty, which I really wanted to do: intermediate, hard, normal. And we start. We get to the screen, and as you can see, I also added a day night cycle, which I wanted to show because mostly this will implement some different things for some different enemies. And you can see the towers have been added, and we can start the wave without any issues. Like, I really love how the things work, and as the time changes, day night happens more. You get gold from defeating the enemies, and these resources are going to be used to create different towers. And I have a few towers that are different, which a ballista tower, that's a placeholder as well. A fire tower, which adds like AoE damage on a cone, which I don't have animation on. You can see that they're taking damage because they're on fire. And generally, everything else has been doing quite well. For now, we're gonna go to the main menu, and I'm gonna be ending the preview here. Those are the main things that I've like created so far. I now must work a bit on the look of the game. It's like all of the placeholders that are in the game, like basically this all is just panel containers that hold the whole, like the different sides of the game. And for the tower menu, I tried making it a bit more good. We have the meta currency that you earn from defeating a level, and you can unlock towers and upgrade them as well. I'm also working on the victory screen with the defeat, so we'll see how that turns out though. But everyone, thank you for watching, and if you have any tips or tricks to give me for my game dev journey, feel free to let me know down below. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one. But till then, stay safe.